You will never guess what this device can do when it comes to recovery, sleep, and relaxation. And actually, I didn't either, until I tried it. It's called the Neurosonic, but before I can tell you what it does and how it does it, let me take you back to a few days earlier. I'm here in Helsinki to test a technology which uses low-frequency vibrations to promote your health, your well-being, and your overall happiness. Now, it's interesting that happiness is an integral part of the Finnish culture. In fact, it's been voted the most happiest country on the planet for the 6th consecutive year in a row. Why is that? Is it something to do with the fact there's more saunas than there are cars in Finland?
Is it because their tap water is cleaner than their bottled water?
Is it because Santa lives here in the Arctic Circle in the most northern part of Finland? Or is it because Finland has Neurosonic? Now, I actually had a brief introduction to Neurosonic devices at CES earlier this year. When I originally saw them, to be honest, all I wanted to do was have a little lie down. I didn't really care too much about whatever I was lying down on. This was until they turned it on, and within just a few minutes I was almost dozing like a baby, and that's because it was sending low frequency vibrations all along my body, sending me into a deep state of meditation, which I definitely needed at the time. All of Neurosonic's devices use the same low-frequency vibration technology, but I don't really know what that means. I mean, all I know is that it makes me feel incredible and super relaxed from my experience at CES. But it might as well be witchcraft to me. So today I've interviewed 2 people to try and find out a little bit more about this technology and how it can actually benefit you. And the first is the founder of Neurosonic.
My name is Marko Kärkkäinen. I'm a legalized psychotherapist, and I'm the founder and the inventor of Neurosonic Technologies and the company. Neurosonic Finland was established in 2010, and we manufacture, develop, and we do some research of the low-frequency vibration. The key effects of the low-frequency vibrations are basically that your stress levels comes down, your bodily stress, HRV is coming up, the time you spend to fall to sleep is shorter. If you have sleep problems, typically you don't remember seeing dreams during the night. While you are using Neurosonic, you remember those dreams. That's typical effect, and it's very good. It's healthy to remember that you are dreaming during the sleep. And also there are effects in your metabolism. Typically your swellings are reduced. If you have swellings, your peripheral, blood circulation is better. If you have cold feet or cold hands, typically they warm up. And also you can see the effect in your mood. And also in your kind of alertness, you are much more refreshed, much more focused while you are using low-frequency vibration device.
Now, the last time I tried one of these devices was at CES, the busiest conference known to man. So I've come to their showroom here in Helsinki to lock myself in this relaxation room to give it a goddamn good go. So from what Marko tells me, I'm expecting my stress levels to go down, my swelling to reduce, my blood circulation to get better. I should be in a better mood, feel more alert and refreshed and focused after each session. When lying on the bed, you start the program from your phone or a connected tablet, and you can choose from a number of different vibration recipes with different aims, such as power nap or focused meditation, and you can choose between different lengths of treatment too. You can feel the effects of it almost instantaneously as small vibrations begin to pulsate along the device and into your body. Paired up with noise-cancelling headphones and an ambient soundtrack to match the sensation, it's quite surreal, and it sends you into a deep meditative state remarkably quickly. And although I'm not actually asleep, I feel like I'm in the deepest state of relaxation that I've been in for quite some time. Okay, maybe on one of the tests I may have fallen asleep a little bit, but that just goes to show how relaxed the Neurosonic can make you, and when finished you truly do feel like you've had a several-hour nap, not just a 10-minute session. Honestly, this thing, it feels like resting on a purring cat, but I don't want you to take my word for it that this is making me feel super relaxed. I actually want to do a bit of a test here. So I'm going to put Chris under some rather strenuous exercise to see if this Neurosonic device can lower his heart rate back to a relaxed state in a really quick and timely fashion.
I've literally been out of the office for 5 minutes. My heart rate is 186.
Oh, it's 138 at the moment, right?
138.
So he's going to have a lie down now on this bed and have a relax, aren't you? So I'll take that off you. Then we'll put you in recovery. And then hopefully in 22 minutes' time, I don't come back and you're not dead.
Hit the lights.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey! Woo! How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Really good.
Yeah?
I noticed when I first came in here, I was like, because I'm so unfit, but now I'm like quite relaxed, quite chill.
What's your heart rate?
Stop there, 120. So it's down from like 186.
Yeah, that's still quite high.
Yeah.
I think you might be dying. Okay, so realistically, that was a bit of a ridiculous test that probably doesn't prove much, other than the terrible working conditions that I put the STU'S reviews team under, but I wanted to get Chris's thoughts on how it made him feel using it after exercise. To give it a more fair test and to understand the long-term effects of using Neurosonic, I've gotten hold of a long-term user's data. In this graph, you can see the monthly average stats for the heart rate variability and resting heart rate. For those that don't know, a higher HRV is considered better as it indicates that your body can recover quicker from stress. Now, without me telling you, can you guess where the user began to use Neurosonic? That's right here. After they began using Neurosonic, their monthly average resting heart rate went down and their HRV went up, which is cold, hard evidence to the long-term effects of Neurosonic devices and the positive impact that it has. And at this point, I knew what Neurosonic does, I knew how it made me feel, I knew that it was a good place for Chris to have a lie down after a long run, but I still didn't know how it does what it does, and what magic it uses to make me feel so relaxed in such a short space of time. So I decided to interview one of the leading sleep experts in the world to see if he could help me make some sense of what Neurosonic and low frequency vibrations was doing to my body.
I am Markku Partinen at the University of Helsinki. I'm working as a principal investigator. I also work at Terveystalo Healthcare, which is one of the largest healthcare companies in Finland, where I'm a medical leader in sleep medicine. We can live without physical exercise, but we cannot live without sleep. In order to fall asleep and sleep well, low frequency vibration is one way. Low vibrations stimulate the body, tissues, and if you don't concentrate, but you just like let it go, and you are there. It stimulates and activates the parasympathetic part, the vagal part, which helps you to fall asleep, and it helps you to have a better sleep. And in that way, it helps you to relax. So we can use it, to help to sleep. We can also use that when we relax during daytime.
Let's stop right there for a second. It's time for a bit of a science lesson because Maku was using words that I'd previously never even heard of. Things like vagal or parasympathetic, both of which are quite important to understanding how Neurosonic does what it does. The vagus nerve is connected to the main component of the parasympathetic nervous system and runs throughout your entire body. This means that it pretty much connects all of the most important parts. Now, the parasympathetic nervous system oversees a number of crucial bodily functions such as your mood, your immune response, your recovery, your digestion, and even your heart rate. And the vagus nerve is stimulated by vibrations. Now, when this happens, it quite simply tells your entire body to relax. And funnily enough, we can see this when we look at many forms of meditation. You know that weird humming noise that you often see people meditating doing? Well, it isn't just noise for the sake of it, apparently. Whether practicing meditators know this or not, humming causes small vibrations of the vagus nerve, and in so doing, it stimulates it, telling your body to relax. This is fascinating in itself, and it's given me a new perspective on the element of meditation, but using a Neurosonic device, it just provides a deeper vibration, and because of that, even deeper states of relaxation. In fact, the Neurosonic devices were originally inspired by sound, with some of the earlier prototypes using sound to generate the vibrations. And the thing is, I say devices because they don't just make the chaise lounge you've seen me on so far, they actually do a bunch of other stuff too. Perhaps the most important, in my opinion, is their folding mattress, which can be packed down into an easy to carry shoulder bag and simply unfolds onto the floor or other surface, or if you wanted to, into a frame. But this gives you all of the benefits of Neurosonic, but it allows you to take it with you wherever you go, whether that's as an individual wanting to take it with you, or perhaps even as part of your mobile gear if you're a therapist, for example. But naturally, I had to try this one out myself too, and it didn't disappoint. Despite the smaller and more compact form factor, it offers a very, very similar experience to the chaise lounge. But alas, my time in Helsinki with the Neurosonic devices was coming to an end, and with deep sadness that I wasn't able to sneak one of their chaise lounges out of the showroom and into my carry-on luggage, we took the flight home back to the country club. It was a fantastic experience to be able to fully test the Neurosonic devices in more detail because it's actually blown me away. But one question I found myself asking while I was there is, who's it for? And I think after some reflection, the answer is everyone. There isn't a single person that I can think of who wouldn't benefit from using it, and that's largely down to the vast customizability that these devices have when it comes to the programs. The app has 4 key programs that it's designed to help with: recovery, relaxation, power nap, and activation to feel more alert, which is ideal for numerous people. Perhaps you've got one at home and you just want 10 minutes relaxation program away from the kids who are slowly and systematically dismantling the house and all order has gone out of the window. Well, stick your noise cancelling headphones on so you can't hear the chaos, sit back and relax. Perhaps you're having a particularly stressful day in the office and you need a quick refresher after a dismal meeting. Imagine they have one of these in the relaxation room. You could go in, close the door, stick the activation program on for 12 minutes, and I guarantee that you'll feel alert and refreshed and ready to go for the rest of the day. Or perhaps you're someone who does a lot of physical exercise. Well, stick it in a 22-minute recovery session, which focuses on stimulating your muscles and increasing your circulation, and it'll aid in your recovery. Each of these different programs changes the intensity in vibrations of certain areas to stimulate different parts of your body. But what's really cool is that you can further customize when starting a program. And it's because of this customization, there's even a bunch of user-generated recommendations that people have created to try and target more specific conditions like jet lag, migraines, fibromyalgia, and even symptoms of menopause. However, It's important to note that Neurosonic and the use of low-frequency vibrations is a relatively new concept, and because of this, it can't currently be considered a medical device. And although studies are indicating at the moment that vibration therapy has both healing and preventative effects, it shouldn't be used as a substitute for medical treatments. The main focus of Neurosonic is ultimately the relaxation, recovery, and sleep benefits that it provides. And it certainly provides them and does what it says on the tin. This is not a technology to sleep on. No pun intended. It's one of those things that is kind of hard to believe until you actually try one for yourself, and I expect that you'll be seeing a lot more of them in the years to come. Companies are starting to use these for their employees to provide somewhere to reduce stress throughout the working day. Therapists are beginning to use them as part of treatment programs, and places like here at the absolutely incredible Arctic Treehouse Hotel in Rovaniemi are starting to incorporate them into wellness suites. I mean, come on, what better place to kick back, relax, and enjoy a quick recovery session powered by Neurosonic? This is one of those products that will leave a lasting impression on me, and even with the short time that I've spent with them, they've completely converted me into a believer and advocate of this revolutionary new technology, and I cannot wait to see what's next from Neurosonic. If you guys want to check out Neurosonic and everything they do, go and take a look. I will leave a link to their website in the description below. And let me know what you think of this revolutionary new technology. And if you've tried one, I want to know what you guys think of it. So drop your comments below too. And with that said, I'll see you guys back for another episode of STU'S Reviews soon. We're here doing a piece on happiness in Finland. That's why we're here to visit you.
Yeah, sixth time in a row, the happiest country in the world.
Yeah, that's exactly why we're here.
Did somebody already explain to you what that means? What that means in Finland? It doesn't mean that everybody is laughing or smiling all the time.
No one's explained it to me at all. No.
Do you know how we are happy here?
No, I'd love to hear from yourself.
It's all about the safety and the safety net in the society and the whole country. That's something that makes us happy. It doesn't mean that Finnish people are smiling or laughing all the time. And when you're saying to Finnish people that, okay, you're the happiest country in the world, and people say, okay. That's the Finnish way to answer for that.
Fair enough.
But the happiness comes from that.